Welcome back to the Chicago Bears podcast perspective. Just finished watching the Chicago Bears win 2 games back to back. Guys, first off, just let me say this. This is the best our defense has looked since number 54, Brian Urlacher, was in the middle of the field. And this is with us having injuries. It's almost like we're masked. The injuries have made us better because we're playing certain players that wouldn't be playing. Like Demps would be up there. Freeman would be up there. Now, I'm sure Freeman is better than Chandler Jones, but I'm enjoying Chandler Jones's energy. And Danny Trevathan coming back from that suspension has played lights out. And Kyle Fuller, where have you come from? Guys, I just want to say a lot of this is also because of Vic Fangio. And I can't stress moving forward how important it is that he is a part of our team. If not the head coach, then he needs to be just paid more so he will never go anywhere. I think from what I'm gathering, he's a big Cubs fan as well. So, anyway, Chicago Bears pretty much destroyed the Panthers. But, this is also very common. I'm so used to seeing a guy like Cam just on the ground. If he's on the ground, they're not playing well. And I think Cam Newton has a place in the NFL. He's definitely a top 15 quarterback. But I'm just glad that he's not my quarterback. Something about him, I just don't like his energy and his presence. But when you have a guy like Ron Rivera that's a defensive coach, you can only hope to have somebody like him on their offense. With that being said, for those that haven't seen the game, our defense just played lights out. It was Eddie Jackson, which was the guy that I said would have been our best pick out of the draft, and he wound up being the best pick out of the draft. He come from Alabama, which is I live in Tennessee, so I know firsthand how the SEC can be. I don't really watch college anymore, but it's always one of those things that everybody knows is that the SEC is a very tough conference. So Eddie Jackson was a guy that I said that'll be our best pick, and I'd even say he's our best pick above Mitchell Trubisky only because Mitchell Trubisky has went so high. And my worries today is the offense. The offense just sputters. And, we're lacking targets and stuff like that. And maybe I attribute this a little bit to Dowell Loggins. There's got to be something we can do. We got to get some throwing plays in there besides throwing to Tariq Cohen. I have no issue at all throwing to Tariq. He's amazing. But there's got to be something. I know he said something about he doesn't like to play some of the wideouts because they get tired. They only get like 25, 30 snaps a game. And it's one of those things where it's like, okay, that's fine, but when the offense has the ball, literally the offense only has the ball so many snaps a game. So why isn't I'm referring to Kendall Wright, our best receiver. Now, if we're in a team like the Saints where you're actually moving the ball and you're putting him in, Kendall Wright should at least be there on second and third down. He's your best guy. You want him healthy and fast. I understand that. Maybe when Wheaton comes back, we can see a little bit more. Now, I do like Gentry. He made a really difficult catch today, but he also caused us a penalty. There's going to be growing pains in that. And with that being said, at 17-3, I would have liked to have seen us go a little bit more aggressive at the end just to kind of see what we can do on offense. But we're not opening things up for a guy like Jordan Howard. Our offense, even running the ball, if you guys remember last year, running the ball was just, man, it was almost like a hot knife through butter. This year it's tinker, tinker, oh, we busted a play. And Jordan Howard does seem to get better that fourth quarter. But if we're going to continue doing things like this, we got to have some dink and dunk. We got to master some 5, 8 yard passes. Kind of reminds me of Pittsburgh Steelers football. My dad was a big Steelers fan, so I know they run the ball, throw. And it's one of those things where if you can get 4 yards a run, you get 4, that's 8. Hey, you got 2 yards to go. So we got to be able to come up with ways to get first downs. I'm not seeing anything on Adam Shaheen. That bothers me. Adrian Amos had a couple little plays today, but he was quiet. Eddie Jackson, Trevathan, Hicks, at the end, McPhee, and Floyd were the guys, and I hope I don't forget anybody. Amukamara, he's playing so good that the balls are going to Kyle Fuller. And I think Amukamara, you got to keep in mind, he was a first-round pick. He's not really an interception guy, but he's on the receivers like glue, so I kind of feel that people are thinking, hey, well, we'll just go after Kyle Fuller. I think our cornerbacks overall are very, very underrated, and I think we're seeing that. I'm also enjoying seeing Pernell McPhee playing part-time. If we're going to play Kendall Wright on offense part-time, then Pernell McPhee is a guy that I don't think should play, but third downs and fourth quarter, and I know that that's weird, but look at his history. That's how the Ravens used him, and we bought him, and now he's a full-time player. And I just don't think that's the correct way to use a guy like that. So I think seeing him part-time, he's fast, and he can come in and do what you need. Leonard Floyd, he's the younger guy. You keep him in. You got Hicks up the middle, Goldwyn. And I think this draft, I'd like to see another guy like a Floyd McPhee, and then you got those three rotating that bring that similar play and keeping them their bodies fresh. But I'm happy with the win. But guys, our offense is just horrible. Our offense has to do better, and now we have a chance. The NFC North is kind of wide open ever since Aaron Rodgers broke his collarbone, and then Minnesota, they're kind of eyeballing a quarterback change, but I think his name's Casey Keenum. I think he's doing a good job, and I just wouldn't change from that. Even though I am a fan of Bridgewater, but you got to wonder, you healed your knee and you rehabbed. Where's he at? I kind of think he needs to practice, see the field a little bit, and because you don't want him to come in and he might give you a good play here or there, but what if he gets scared? He takes a little hit on that knee or something. He's going to get scared and make mistakes. So then you got Detroit. I kind of think Detroit's Matt Stafford is a great quarterback, but it's Detroit. And say what you want, Detroit will always be the Detroit Lions. It's almost like the Cleveland Browns will always be the Cleveland Browns. There's just something about those two teams that are just cursed. And I want to say my Bears are that way, but we have won a Super Bowl. We've won a lot of championships at least. So overall, I have a good feeling, but I just can't get the taste of how bad the offense has looked. We don't have good pass protection. We're not coming up with smart plays to get certain things open. Every now and then you'll see a really cool tight end play, but it's very seldom. So Dowell's really going to have to do a lot better job. I know I've talked about this in the previous podcasts, but I'd love to see a new head coach. Only if a head coach that we see as a future head coach comes in and Vic Fangio is still glued to our defense. I don't ever want Vic Fangio to go anywhere. I hope he is here to stay or becomes a head coach. I've just got this part of me that keeps hoping that Jim Harbaugh or somebody with a Chicago Bears history is going to come in, and if not, I'd love to see us reach out to a Brett Favre or a Peyton Manning as a quarterback coach that goes into that offensive coordinator position. Yeah, say what you want. I think it'd be really cool and make for interesting TV. So what do you guys think? Throw down in the comments what you saw, how you felt about the game. I will be looking for people to do Skype Chicago Bears stuff with. I don't even think I made a podcast last week, so they're just kind of hit or miss until everything starts gaining traction. I got a new PC coming and everything. So throw your comments down. What do you think of the game? Are you happy with the offense? You can't really be, but do you see it getting better, or do you think it's something about it is maybe a little bit more beyond a wide receiver? All right, well, I'm going to get off here and continue watching the Titans and the Browns. They have just tied. And the Titans, I've even said it early in the year, they should win 13 games this year if they are healthy. And when Mariota got hurt, they kind of fumbled around, and now you got Mariota, I still think, has some type of injury. He's literally a guy that's got to carry the team on his back. So like, comment, subscribe. Throw your comments down in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in a few days.